Hello students, how are you all? Hope your preparation is going well. In my last video, I told you about indicators. Today I will discuss about acids, bases and salts. If you pay attention and listen to me properly, you will never forget what I will tell you today, I promise. So let's start. Now, on the basis of their chemical behavior, all compounds can be classified into three groups: acids, bases, and salts. Now, what are acids? Acids are the substances which have sour taste, which change the color of blue litmus to red, and which gives H plus ions when dissolved in water. This is the most important point. Acids give H plus ions when dissolved in water. In higher classes, you will read about other type of acids. Now next is, what are bases? Bases are the substances which have bitter taste. Bases change the color of red litmus to blue, and bases gives OH minus ions when dissolved in water. So acids and bases are just opposite in nature. Acids have sour taste, bases have bitter taste. Acid change the color of blue litmus to red. Bases change the color of red litmus to blue. Acid gives H plus ions when dissolved in water. Bases gives OH minus ions when dissolved in water. Now you can remember it in this way: bases, bitter, blue, all B. So bases are bitter in taste and they turn red litmus blue. So if you remember this, you will not get confused. Now next one is salts. What are salts? A salt is a compound formed when an acid react with a base. When an acid and base react, a salt is formed. Now we'll read about these acids, bases and salts in detail. Now all acids can be classified into two categories. Naturally occurring acids and mineral acids. And the second one is mineral acids. Now, naturally occurring acids are obtained from plants and animals. So, these are obtained from plants and animals. That is why they are called organic acids. So, naturally occurring acids are also called organic acids, because we obtain them from plants or animals. They are weak in nature. All organic acids are weak acids. On the other hand, mineral acids, these are prepared from minerals. I hope you know what are minerals. Minerals found on the soil of the earth. So these acids are extracted from minerals, and these are generally strong acids. Now for example, sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, all these acids are mineral acids and they are all strong acids. Now these acids are very important from industrial point of view. These are used to prepare fertilizers, chemicals, explosive, dyes, etc. etc. And naturally occurring acids, and they are weak, they are safe to eat and drink, and many of our food contain natural acids or organic acids. I hope you heard about the word organic. This is very popular nowadays. All people want organic fruits, organic vegetables. That means the fruits and vegetables that doesn't contain harmful pesticides and chemicals. So few foods which contain organic acids are lemon contains citric acid, apple malic acid, curd lactic acid, tamarind that means imli contain tartaric acids, vinegar acetic acid, and ant sting contain formic acids. Now you remember when an ant bite you how it pains, because ant inject an acid called formic acid in our skin, that is why it pains. Now another name of formic acid is called methanoic acids. Now side by side I will give you example of few common bases. Common bases includes sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxides. You will find them in soap. Calcium hydroxide, which is called lime water. How it prepared? When lime, that is calcium oxide, is added to water, calcium hydroxide form. Now this lime water is used for whitewashing the walls. Now magnesium hydroxide, another common base, is used as antacid. If you have acidity, you can take magnesium hydroxide, which is found in milk of magnesia. You will get relief. Okay. Now ammonium hydroxide, another common base used as cleansing agent. Now to understand this chapter in a better way, you need to know few terms first, like strong acid, weak acids, concentrated acids, and dilute acids. What are strong acids? The acids which are completely ionized in water and produce large amount of H plus ions are called strong acids. I told you earlier also, acids produce H plus ions when dissolved in water. So those acids which produce large amount of H plus ions are called strong acids. How they produce large amount of H plus ions? Because they dissociated, they completely splits up to produce large amount of H plus ions. So remember, these strong acids, they completely get ionized, completely splits to produce large amount of H plus ions in water. Weak acids, the acids which partially ionized in water to produce small amount of H plus ions. Weak acids जब water में dissolve करोगे तो they will not get completely ionized, they will only partially ionized to produce small amount of H plus ion. So जो acid water में ज़्यादा H plus ion देते हैं they are called strong acid, और जो कम H plus ion देते हैं क्योंकि वो पूरे डिसोसिएट नहीं होता उसे हम weak acid कहते हैं. Now concentrated acids किसे कहते हैं? The acids which contain minimum possible amount of water are called concentrated acids. Now all acids contain some amount of water. If it is contain minimum possible amount of water, it is called concentrated acid. Or the acids which contain large volume of water are called dilute acids. So concentrated acids contain minimum amount of water and dilute acids contain large volume of water. I hope these terms are clear now, because we will use these terms now and then in this chapter. Strong acids produce large amount of H plus ion, weak acid produce small amount of H plus ion. Concentrated acids means जिस एसिड में वाटर की क्वांटिटी बहुत कम हो. डाइल्यूट एसिड मतलब जिस एसिड में वाटर की क्वांटिटी बहुत ज़्यादा हो. Now we will see the chemical properties of acids. First property will be how do acids and base react with metals. When an acid react with a metal, then a salt and hydrogen gas are formed. So acid when react with metal, what will be formed? Salt and hydrogen gas. Now take the example of zinc metal. Zinc, which is a metal, if you put zinc in sulfuric acid, a salt will be produced, and that salt is called zinc sulfate, along with the evolution of hydrogen gas. Now how this reaction happens? All of you know that zinc is more reactive than hydrogen. You read about reactivity series in chapter 1. So zinc is more reactive than hydrogen. So zinc will come to the solution and will displace hydrogen from sulfuric acid, and this hydrogen will be evolved as hydrogen gas, and zinc will take the position of hydrogen and will form zinc sulfate salt. So in this way this reactions happens. You can perform this experiment in your school lab. So for that you need to take about 5 ml of dilute sulfuric acid into a test tube and add few pieces of zinc granules to it. Now zinc granules are small pieces of zinc. If you add zinc granules in dilute sulfuric acid, you will see bubbles of hydrogen gas are formed. Now pass the gas through soap solution with the help of a delivery tube. You will see that soap bubbles are coming out from the soap solutions, and these soap bubbles contain hydrogen gas. Now if you bring a burning candle near these soap bubbles, you will see the gas present in the soap bubbles burn with a pop sound, making a little explosion. Now only hydrogen gas can burn with pop sound. No other gas can burn in this way. That means these things confirms that the soap bubble contain hydrogen gas. That means when zinc react with sulfuric acid, which gas is producing? Hydrogen gas. Now there is no hydrogen in the metal. So how when a metal react with acid, hydrogen gas are coming out? That means this hydrogen is coming out from acid. That means acids contain hydrogen. Remember this? These experiments prove that acid contains hydrogen. Let me explain it again. When acid react with metal, salt and hydrogen gas are formed. Now from where this hydrogen is coming? There is no hydrogen in metal. metal में तो कोई hydrogen नहीं होता. So metal acid के साथ react करके hydrogen gas produce करता है. That means obviously this hydrogen is coming from acid. That means acids contain hydrogen. I hope this is clear now. Now let me explain why this thing is happening, why the gas inside the soap bubble is burning with pop sound and with little explosion. Actually what happens here, hydrogen gas which is present in the soap bubble is burning with oxygen present in the atmosphere to produce H2O. Now this is a highly exothermic reaction. I hope you know what is exothermic reaction. You read about in chapter 1. Exothermic reactions matlab the reactions in which heat is produced. Now in this reaction lot of heat is produced, and this is an explosive reaction. Now if you take hydrochloric acid instead of sulfuric acid, similar reaction will happen. In that case zinc will react with hydrochloric acid to produce a new salt called zinc chloride, and in the same way hydrogen gas will be evolved. Okay, if you take magnesium, magnesium is also a metal. It will react with acid to produce another salt, magnesium sulfate, and a hydrogen. Now you note that all these metals, they all are more reactive than hydrogen. So all of them will displace hydrogen from the solution, and this hydrogen will be evolved as hydrogen gas, and metal will come and take the place of hydrogen to form salt. So these are all salt. Now this reaction is also called displacement reaction. These all reactions are also called displacement reaction because metals displace hydrogen and take its place. Now what will happen when a base reacts with metals? Like if you add zinc in sodium hydroxide solution, what will happen? Sodium hydroxide solution, which is a base, and zinc is a metal. If you mix them, you will again get another salt called sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2, and in this case also hydrogen gas will be evolved. But you have to remember this, here you need to heat the mixture. That means zinc can react with acid in normal temperature to produce salt and hydrogen gas. But if you put zinc in a base, you have to heat the mixture to make the reaction happen. And here you will get sodium zincate, which is a salt, and hydrogen gas. But all bases do not react with metals in the same way. Now the next property is, how do metal carbonates and metal bicarbonates react with acids? Metal carbonates or metal bicarbonates, that means metal hydrogen carbonates, react with acids in the same way. If you put them in acid, what will happen? A salt, carbon dioxide and water will be produced. So remember this, कार्बोनेट सॉल्ट को रिएक्ट कराओगे तो वन एडिशनल प्रोडक्ट यू विल गेट, दैट इज कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. कार्बोनेट और बाइकार्बोनेट में कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है, सो यू विल गेट एडिशनल प्रोडक्ट कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड हेयर. सो टेक द स्पेसिफिक एग्जांपल सोडियम कार्बोनेट. Sodium carbonate, which is a metal carbonate, if you put them in acid like hydrochloric acid, what will be the product? A salt, sodium chloride, carbon dioxide and water. In the same way, if you add sodium bicarbonate, that is NaHCO3, which is a metal hydrogen carbonate, in acid, you will get the same product, sodium chloride, same salt, plus carbon dioxide plus water. Now when this carbon dioxide is passed through lime water, this carbon dioxide is passed through lime water, the lime water turns milky due to the formation of calcium carbonate. Now what is lime water? I already told you, lime water is calcium hydroxide, which is a transparent clear solution. If you pass carbon dioxide through it, this is lime water. If you pass carbon dioxide through it, what will happen? A calcium carbonate, a salt will be formed, and due to this the lime water turn milky. This is white precipitation. So calcium carbonate is a salt, it will not dissolve in water, so it will form in precipitation, and the whole lime water which was transparent will become milk like solution, along with H2O will be formed. So let me repeat this again. When carbon dioxide gas is passed through lime water turns milky due to the formation of white PPT calcium carbonate along with the evolution of water. Now this is a confirmative test of carbon dioxide, like a little bit how you can confirm whether a gas is hydrogen or not. Hydrogen gas always burn with pop sound. Carbon dioxide always turn lime water milky. This is a confirmative test of carbon dioxide. Now interestingly, if you pass excess carbon dioxide in this solution, what will happen? कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट एंड वाटर, इस मिक्सचर में अगर आपने एक्सेस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड पास कर दिया, देन मिल्कीनेस विल डिसअपियर ड्यू टू द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ए न्यू सॉल्ट कैल्शियम बाइकार्बोनेट. सो लाइम वाटर में कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड पास कराओगे तो लाइम वाटर मिल्की हो जाएगा, बट अगर एक्सेस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड आपने पास करा दिया तो मिल्कीनेस डिसअपियर हो जाएगा. सॉल्यूशन विल बिकम ट्रांसपेरेंट अगेन ड्यू टू द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ कैल्शियम बाइकार्बोनेट, ए न्यू सॉल्ट व्हिच इज सॉल्युबल इन वाटर. कैल्शियम बाइकार्बोनेट वाटर में डिजोल्व हो जाते हैं, इसलिए मिल्कीनेस डिसअपियर हो जाएगा, सॉल्यूशन वापस ट्रांसपेरेंट हो जाएगा. सो दिस इज कंफर्मेटिव टेस्ट ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. How do acids and bases react with each other? Now this reaction is also called neutralization reaction. So when an acids react with a base, what will happen? Salt and water are produced. So acid base के साथ रिएक्ट करके salt और water प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. नाउ एक्चुअली जब आप एसिड और बेस को रिएक्ट कराते हो, यू ऑलरेडी नो एसिड्स गिव्स अस H plus ions and base gives OH minus ion. So when you add an acid and a base, you actually are adding H plus ion and OH minus ions, and when H plus and OH minus ions react, they produce H2O. So that is why acids and base, they will neutralize each other, and this reaction is also called neutralization reactions. So what is neutralization reactions? The reaction in which acids and base, they completely neutralize each other to form salt and water, are called neutralization reaction. So let's take the most common example, sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. So sodium hydroxide, which is a base, contain OH. Hydrochloric acid, which is a acid, contain H plus ion. Sodium hydroxide contain H minus ion. So how the reaction will happen? This OH minus ion and H plus ion will combine to form water. Now rest of the things will make salt. So what will be the salt? Sodium chloride and H2O. So acids and base, they neutralize each other, or they cancel each other's effect, or you can call they nullify each other's effect. That is why this reaction is a neutralization reaction. You can perform these experiments also. You take 10 ml of sodium hydroxide solution in a conical flask, add 2-3 drops of phenolphthalein indicator in it. The solution will turn pink, as phenolphthalein, which is a colorless indicator, turns pink in basic solution. Now add dilute hydrochloric acid drop by drop from a burette till the pink color disappears. Initially you will see the color is getting faded, solution light pink, और धीरे धीरे light होते होते one point will come when the solution, the blue pink color will disappears completely. This point is called the end point. So the point at which the pink color disappears is called end point. At this point, sodium chloride has completely been neutralized by the HCl solution, or vice versa. You can tell HCl solution is completely neutralized by sodium hydroxide solution. Next property is reactions of metal oxides with acids. Last property, reactions of metal oxides with acids. Now acids react with metallic oxide to form salt and water. Acid when react with metal oxides what will be the product? Salt and water. Now let me explain what are metal oxides. Metal when react with oxygen produce metal oxides. Like sodium is a metal, when sodium react with oxygen will produce sodium oxide, which is a metal oxide. Potassium will produce potassium oxide. Calcium will produce calcium oxide when react with oxygen. So all these are metal oxides: sodium oxide, potassium oxide, calcium oxide. In the same way, when copper react with oxygen will produce copper oxide. So copper oxide is also a metal oxide. When metal oxides react with acid, what will happen? Salt and water. Which salt will be produced here? Copper chloride and water. Now if you take copper oxide, which is black in color, in a test tube, black color powder. If you take a little amount of copper oxide in a test tube and add hydrochloric acid in it and stir the solution with a glass rod, you will see the color of the solution will changes to blue green due to the formation of a new salt, copper chloride. That means black color copper oxide powder will dissolve in hydrochloric acid to produce blue green copper chloride and water. Now this reaction is similar to the neutralization reaction. Like neutralization reaction में हमने क्या देखा था, एक एसिड बेस के साथ रिएक्ट करके सॉल्ट एंड वाटर प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. इन द सेम वे मेटल ऑक्साइड्स एसिड के साथ रिएक्ट करके सॉल्ट एंड वाटर प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. तो कॉपर ऑक्साइड विच इज ए मेटल ऑक्साइड. HCl is an acid. And what is the product? Copper chloride, which is a salt, and water. So जैसे बेस एसिड के साथ रिएक्ट करके सॉल्ट और वाटर प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, ऐसे ही मेटल ऑक्साइड एसिड के साथ रिएक्ट करके सॉल्ट और वाटर प्रोड्यूस करता है. सो वी कैन थिंक दैट मेटल ऑक्साइड्स आर बेसिक इन नेचर. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. This reaction is almost similar to the acid base reaction, like base plus acid equal to salt and water. Base acid के साथ react करके salt and water देते हैं. Copper oxide, which is a metal oxide and which is basic in nature, it reacts with acid to produce salt and water. So from this we can conclude that metal oxides are basic in nature. In the same way, we can prove that non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Take an example of a non-metal oxide like carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a non-metal oxide. Why? Because carbon is a non-metal. So carbon dioxide is a non-metal oxide. If carbon dioxide is added to a base like calcium hydroxide, which is a base, what will happen? Salt and water will be produced. Which salt? Calcium carbonate and water. So this is salt and water. So this reaction is also similar to the neutralization reaction. If you think that carbon dioxide is acid, so acid base के साथ react करके salt और water produce करते हैं. So we can conclude that non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. So this is very important. Remember this, metal oxides are basic in nature, non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Metal oxides एसिड के साथ रिएक्ट करके सॉल्ट एंड वाटर प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, नॉन मेटल ऑक्साइड बेस के साथ रिएक्ट करके सॉल्ट एंड वाटर प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. So I hope all the topics are clear now. If you still have any doubt, you can just rewatch this video. So today we have learned about different type of acids and their reactions with metals, metal carbonates, bicarbonates. We have seen neutralization reactions and we have seen metal oxides and non-metal oxide कैसे acid और base के साथ react करते हैं. Now if you like this video, please share it with your friends and do subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching this. Have a wonderful day. Bye.